Mr. J here. Is the Murray Show racist? Yes, it is because it portrays African American women as promiscuous, that they sleep around. When I watch the show, I feel a very strange urge. When I watch the show, it's very uncomfortable because the Murray Show has been on the air since 1990, 89, 1990. It's been on the air for almost for 30 years now, and this show really degrades black women in a very negative way. It has other white women too, and other Puerto Rican women, other women too, other ethnic groups, but it mostly puts black women to shame because most of the black women who go on there, they don't know who the baby daddy is because they sleep around. And and a lot of black women go on there and they don't know who the father of the baby is. There is one black woman who had 10 different guys on the show, and she didn't know who the baby the father is. And it makes black women look bad. Yes, they're promiscuous, not all of them, but there are good black women who are married, they don't sleep around, they don't cheat. But it makes America think that black women they are promiscuous, they like to sleep around, they don't, that there's lustful and all that. That's not true because I think a lot of black women, um, they end up in different relationships. They go on a date with a guy and they like him, they sleep with him, and then they don't like, they end up sleeping on the first date, and they usually did, and then he don't call her back, and she ends up dating another guy. I think what a lot of black women do is that they end up dating different guys, and they don't know because they want to find the right guy. It's not that they just, I'm just going to have sex with all these guys. And I think most women just want to find the right guy, and they end up, and they get, sometimes it has a little sexual urges, and they end up sleeping with the guy on the first date, and then they date another guy, they sleep with him on the first date. So they date, if they date 10 different guys, and they sleep with all 10 guys, they're in trouble because then she gets pregnant. Then she don't know who the baby the father is, and it's to humiliate black women. Black women are not criminals, so they can't get black women in anything else. It's usually black men who are usually seen as criminals or getting in trouble in violence. They can pick on black guys, but black women usually stay out of trouble. A lot of black women are educated. They stay out of trouble. They go to get a job. They get jobs. They work hard. They're hardworking. And you hardly ever on the news. You hardly ever, maybe in every blue moon, but you never see black women on doing anything bad. But the Murray Show is very racist because it portrays black women as promiscuous, and it's painful for me to watch because I see these black women go on there, and then they have 10 guys who come out. I'm not the father of the baby. I'm not the father of the baby. Ain't mine, ain't mine. And they cussing her out, and they had sex with this woman, but they're pretending like they didn't do anything to this woman. They're putting her down, calling her bad names, racial, slurs coming out, calling her all this bad stuff. And then the baby come out, you are not the father, and she starts crying. She runs off. It's very sad to see these black women go through this. I think the show was created to put down black women, and it shames black women, because they can't find love. I don't think these women are going out having sex with all these guys just to do it. I think they end up sleeping with all these guys because they thought he was the right guy, and they feel like he's not the right guy. A lot of women, they're just trying to find the right man, but they end up sleeping with all these guys. It's humiliating because the people in the audience are laughing and pointing and fingers, and it's just humiliating. The guys on the show the guys. They bring on these men, black men, and they come out being mean. And then they find out then when he finds out he's and then Murray's the white guy. He's the saintful white guy, it just makes black men and women look bad on the show, And then Maury asked the black guy, "What happens if you're the father, the baby?" Black guy, I'll take care of my responsibilities. Then the black guy finds out he's the father of the baby. He still doesn't want nothing to do with the baby. This is really sad. You feel sorry for the kids because it's humiliating. Because when the black kid grows up and he sees the Murray Show, and he sees that his mom was sleeping around all these guys, and she had all these guys on the show. It's a very humiliating show for black women. This show really does degrade black women and black men too, because it makes it seem like black men and black women are promiscuous. Some are, but not all of them. There are black men and women who do not cheat. They don't sleep around, and they're faithful. But this show really degrades black men and women too, in a bad way. Mr. J here, peace.